In this video, I'll show you how to turn potatoes into this or this. We'll be trying two methods. Alright, so you're going to want to start with potatoes, obviously, and then you're going to want to start cutting them. I would cut them into actually bigger sizes because when they cook, they become more smaller. So whenever, like one side, you're going to want to cut into like 3 pieces. Oh yeah, before you actually, cook the potatoes, there's something you can do. And that is to preheat a watering container because we're going to be using this to boil them. And this makes them more crispy. And you're going to need a container which has a lid. Well, no, like basically a pot that you can put water in and then you can have a lid. The lid is optional, but it really does help it boil faster. And for another thing which we'll be talking about later. And to also preheat the oven, which you're gonna want to click bake and then start get it to you can get it to 450. I just get it to 455. Maybe that helps a little bit, but you can also turn the oven light so you can actually see what's going on. And boom, there you go. These are the two things you're gonna want to do. Now that you have cut your potatoes, we're going to be putting them into the boiler. So right now we're going to be placing them into the boiler and it should look like something like this. And I would put it on high just in case. And now the lid helps it cook it more faster, which is optional, but you don't really need the lid. And also, we're going to be waiting for 10 minutes. And after the 10 minutes, we're going to be checking on them. And we're going to be checking that you basically want them to be close to falling apart because that will make it more crispy. So I would actually grab something to grab the potatoes and check it. And right after you're done, you're going to want to put them into the sink. And for this reason, because you're going to want to drain all of the water off. And for this step, I forgot to record the step, but you're just going to want to put it near the sink and just pour all the water out. And that's pretty much it. And now, you're going to need a tray for this step, like a big tray. And now we're going to start placing them one by one. Yeah, it might take some time, but definitely you can do it with your hands. And right after this step, we're going to be putting some olive oil in it. So, we're going to be doing this. Once you're done placing every single potato on the tray, you can add some olive oil, which I would spread all around. Make sure you get everything. Make sure you get every single potato. Move the tray to get some of the potato. And yeah, pretty much it. And while you're at it, wait until your oven is already heated. And once it's heated, you can place them into the oven. And if you're gonna wonder how long we have to wait, I would say put them at 30 minutes at best. Sometimes you might need to cook it more lower or higher, but I would say just 30 minutes is fine. Once they're done cooking, you should, after 30 minutes, you should go check them out. And I use this just to, not burn my hands. I don't have anything I don't have any gloves or anything. So I'm just going to be using this to carry it out. And then I would put it near the sink. I don't think it's going to burn your sink. And I would just start flipping them, each one. And yeah, it might take some time for you to flip each one. But that's just the process, man. Now that they're all flipped over, we can put them back into the oven. So that's what we'll do. And then, we're going to have to wait for another 20, I would say 15 minutes or 20, but for your first time, I would say put it at 15 more minutes on that side. And then you're going to want to wait again. And now, this is 15 minutes later. We're going to check on them again. And yeah, we're going to start putting them into the tray. And yeah, that's how you make oven potatoes. Well, now I'm using the same thing that I'll use the same tray that I used on the last method because, well, you'll see. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We can wait a little bit because if you eat them, you'll burn your mouth, man. So that is how you make oven fries. So this is the final result, man. For seasonings, you could just add like salt, black pepper, garlic, like garlic salt or something. And I almost burned my mouth. Yeah, I almost burned my mouth from eating the potato. And yeah, it's actually the oven potatoes are more crispy. And that is how you cook it. But what if you don't have like a tray, or what if you don't like what if basically you don't want to use the oven method? Well, I'm going to be showing you another method which I'm pretty sure it's like more of on like the pot. We're going to be cooking potatoes on the pot, which we'll be talking about what's so different about them, but we'll get to that, man. The potatoes I meant. To be honest, if you actually want to, make them, well, if you want to basically put them into water, like for 10 minutes before you start cooking them in deep fry, I'm not sure how that will work as I haven't tried it before, but if you want, you can try. And again, we're gonna have to cut some potatoes. Well, you already know this stuff. Just cut them into halves, make them into 3 pieces, and yeah, pretty much it. I would say wait for the pan to become a little bit more hot. Well, the pot, I mean. You're gonna want to wait just a little bit. And once it starts to like become a little bit more hot, you can start adding some olive oil. You probably want to add a good amount just so you can get everything. And then after this step, you can start placing the potatoes. The next step is to start placing the potatoes onto the pot. And yeah, you're gonna start hearing some sizzling. You're gonna want to let it cook. Try not to overspace it. Just cook as many as you can. And boom, there you go. I would put them near medium or something because, well, I've tried to cook it on like a very hot pot, and basically it kind of just like it just started becoming brown, and it wasn't really that good. I don't think it cooked all the way through, so that's why I would say just put it somewhere where you can like just cook it nice and slow. And now you're gonna want to keep flipping them until they're more brown, and keep doing this until you know until they feel crispy enough or they just feel brown enough. But yeah, remember the tray that I was talking about on the oven method? Well, this is the reason why they're more soggy. Well, cooking the potatoes in the pot actually cooks them a lot more faster. To be honest, yes, but I would still prefer the oven method over this though. After you're done with this, you can start placing the other potatoes onto the other stove. And the reason why I wouldn't put the pot so hot is just that it kind of cooks it. For some reason, it just feels like it cooks too fast, and it just doesn't feel that good. So I would just kind of cook it, like just kind of slow. To be honest, it might take some time, but I think it'd be more worth it to just cook them slow than just like have a high heat and just cook them really fast. I mean, I'm not sure. For me, that's just how it goes. For you, it might be different. So, see what works. So, this is how you cook the pot potatoes. And yeah, I'll tell you how they taste. They taste a bit actually soggy, to be honest, man.
Not bad, man. It's not bad.
Like, sometimes it might be in a good way, man. I mean, yeah, I guess sometimes it tastes good soggy, but I prefer the oven method. And You know, you can still add some seasonings, whatever you like, salt, black pepper, garlic salt. It makes it taste a lot more better. So definitely add these. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Also, make sure that you have something, well, make sure that to not burn your hands while you're touching the pot. Like basically the handles of the pot because it can burn you. And also make sure you have somewhere else to place them because it's going to be very hot once you're done cooking with it. So make sure to be careful. Well, it's because I burnt my hand doing this once, man. And the times where I didn't have anywhere else to place it, man. So be careful, man. But wait, what's the difference between the pot potatoes and the tray? Well, basically the oven potatoes. And in this section, we'll be talking about it. So, the reason why I prefer the oven method is because, well, it's you don't really actually need to be flipping it all the time. You don't need to be doing that. If you have an extra just like 45 minutes or an hour to cook them, I would definitely prefer the oven method as it makes them taste the best because they're a lot more crispy. They just taste overall better than the pot potatoes, but if you want to cook them fast and you also kind of don't mind soggy potatoes, then I would definitely go with that also. It's not a bad choice also. It's just that I prefer the oven because it's like I can cook other food while I'm doing it. And it's just a lot more better in my opinion, man. So these are the things that the pros and cons of it. And yeah, that's what I think of these potatoes, man. So then, now that you know how to cook the oven method and the pot potatoes, go try one of them out, see how it works, see how it goes, and yeah, keep learning on seeing what you can do with the potatoes. And that's pretty much it, man. Hope you can enjoy. Do the right thing and don't give up, man. Alright, take care.